It's not just a number. It's not just another year where people glance at the Dolphins draft haul and nod quietly before moving on. No, this one lands like a punch. Tied for 30th out of 32. That's where the Miami Dolphins landed in the 2025 NFL Draft Rankings, compiled by national analysts. Tied for 30th. That's not just a draft grade, that's a statement. A cold reminder. One that doesn't scream, "We're building something," but quietly suggests something might be slipping away. And it's not like this kind of thing is new. We've seen the shiny draft grades before. The ones that come right after the picks are made, when optimism is still fresh, when the pads haven't even hit anyone. Renee Buckner's annual roundup puts it in numbers. Cold, measured, collected numbers. But even in that world of structured rankings and spreadsheets, this year felt different. Worse than 2022. Worse than 2023. Those years we barely had any picks. This year, we had capital. We had expectations. And still, here we are. So what is this really saying? Is it about the names we called? Or is it about something deeper? Something that's been building slowly in the background? Because this isn't just about one bad year. This is now the 4th draft in a row where we rank 23rd or lower. At some point, you stop calling that an anomaly. You start calling it a trend. And trends become reputations. Is this who we are? It doesn't help that we've been burned before. Remember 2017? Charles Harris, Raekwon McMillan, Cordrea Tankersley. A class that landed at a respectable 15th in the rankings back then, with a GPA of 3.13. At the time, that looked solid. But fast forward 8 years, and the reality hits differently. Harris never found his place. McMillan couldn't outrun injuries. Tankersley disappeared. The only one who remotely panned out? Devon Godchaux. And even that's being generous. What looked like AB then feels more like AD now. A year later, things seem brighter. 2018 brought Minkah Fitzpatrick. That name alone raised the bar. But it didn't last. He clashed with Flores, got shipped off, and lit it up elsewhere. Still, that was a hit. Mike Gesicki brought consistency. Jerome Baker brought stability. Durham Smythe, late-round value. Jason Sanders, a kicker, turned heads in 2020. That draft looked okay in real time. It looks better now. Instant grade was 2.92. Looking back, it earned a bump. Then came 2019. Christian Wilkins, the centerpiece, the engine of the defensive line. He never made a Pro Bowl, but he made an impact. Michael Dieter, Andrew Van Ginkel, Isaiah Prince, Chandler Cox, Myles Gaskin. Not all of them stuck, but Van Ginkel became a steal. Gaskin gave us something out of nothing. The GPA matched 2018's, 2.92. But you don't feel disappointment when you revisit it. You feel like that group gave us something real. Maybe not stars, but players. Then we hit 2020, the big one, the rebuild in full swing. 11 picks, 3 in the first round, 5 in the first 2. Tua Tagovailoa, Austin Jackson, Noah Igbinoghene, Robert Hunt, Raekwon Davis. That haul was supposed to shift everything. And for a while, it felt like it might. But here we are, 5 years later, and we're still asking the same question. Is Tua the guy? He's had moments, highs, numbers, but when the games get heavy, the margin shrinks. He's been good, but has he ever been enough? And he's the best of that group. Jackson only became a decent starter in year 4. Hunt, reliable. Davis, invisible more often than not. Igbinoghene, total bust. Out of 11 picks, only Tua, Jackson, and long snapper Blake Ferguson remain. That's not a hit. That's a misfire disguised as a maybe. And that Pro Bowl nod for Tua? That's the only one that class has produced. A 3.25 GPA for that draft at the time. Now, barely AC. The next year, 2021, looked sharper. Jalen Waddle, Jaylon Phillips, Javon Holland. 3 picks that felt like home runs. Instant grade was 3.64, top 5 in the league. For years later, though, none of them has sniffed a Pro Bowl. Waddle is electric, but not transcendent. Phillips has missed time. Holland, smart, steady, but hasn't taken over games. Then there's Liam Eichenberg, the swing and a miss that's hard to ignore. He's played, yes, but played well? Rarely. This class was supposed to raise the bar. Instead, it barely holds it. The initial sparkle has dulled, from a 3.64 to maybe a B- on a good day.